Hello everybody, what's up, what's new, and what's brackin'? I'm Richard Schertzer, and today I'll be reviewing Marvel's less than stellar reviewed film, The Marvels. As it's so aptly titled, I know I'm a little late to the party. I know this is kind of awkward for me to be reviewing now, but I thought I'd do my best to try to review it, or at least attempt at reviewing it, even if it doesn't deserve a review. So let's get started. So I'll just give you some backstory if you don't know what the film is about. Basically, we see Carol Danvers, aka Captain Marvel, Monica Rambeau, and Kamala Khan, aka Miss Marvel, unite and join together in a battle against the evil Dar-Benn, which I guess is kind of just a female version of Ronan the Accuser. Honestly, it would have been a lot better if they just brought back Jude Law from the first Captain Marvel movie. And in all honesty, The Marvels doesn't even feel like a Captain Marvel movie because Carol Danvers is sharing the screen time with two other women, which is okay, but it kind of downplays her character. Anyway, we see Carol Danvers, Monica Rambeau, and Kamala Khan work together to try to stop Dar-Benn, and so she can find this magical bracelet, amulet thing, whatever it's called, and I guess take over the world. Even though that's really just a stock phrase and stock idea, it really doesn't. She really doesn't have any motivation beyond that, other than the fact that, Carol Danvers in a flashback sequence destroyed her city, her planet, and everything in it, which honestly I don't care about. But watching this film, it's like Marvel tried to. It's kind of like watching the Rise of Skywalker. They tried to do so much, but ended up doing absolutely nothing. It's like the humor was off. The Samuel Jackson was only there for comic relief, which I thought they underutilized his character extremely. It was very uneven. It was very poorly paced. I really did not. This was not Marvel's best film. As a matter of fact, it's probably its worst film. And you could argue that there are other Marvel films like Thor: Dark World, or even maybe Love and Thunder. I actually did like Love and Thunder, thanks to Christian Bale, but you could argue that those films are the worst in Marvel's pantheon, but no, I think The Marvels is the worst. And to be honest, watching Ant-Man's Quantumania was a lot more fun than watching The Marvels. The Marvels was very just bizarre. There was a lot of forced humor, kind of like in Thor: Love and Thunder. I will say that the chemistry between the leads was good. The performances were okay, not great. But this felt so forced. This movie just felt so forced. Like, we did not need to see this film. And as I'm thinking about it, and looking back at Dar-Benn's character, was that woman wearing a grill the entire time? Or am I just tripping? Like, was she actually wearing a grill the entire time? Because I remember there was she had gold teeth, like she was a rapper or something. I don't know. But a lot of the film, it's like a series of different plot points and plot elements that never really cohesively come together. Like, there's this whole sequence when the Marvels are at a planet that can only communicate through song, which I don't know, it seems like a poor attempt at the writers making a quasi musical I mean, that's what it really seems like to me. They were trying to make a quasi musical, which is so stupid to me because you only have one song in there. Either make a Marvel musical or don't, or maybe take some tips from James Gunn's Guardians of the Galaxy and add an incredible soundtrack. And I mean an incredible soundtrack, but unfortunately the soundtrack for this Nia DaCosta film was kind of just Marvel formulaic standard. I really was not digging the characters here. Like, it would have been so much better if the characters in this film were placed in their own separate film. Like if Captain Marvel had her own film, her follow-up film and a sequel, and it was just about her. If Monica Rambeau had her own film, like if Kamala Khan, I know Miss Marvel had a series, and that's good, that's fine. But I really feel like it would have worked a lot better if they all had their own movies, and having their own movies with their own separate villains. Who they are, who they be, I don't know, but this movie packed way too much with so little of a runtime of only, as I'm looking now, only 105 minutes. And it really just, it's what really happens when Marvel is on a steep decline. And this is what's putting Marvel on a steep decline, because it goes from one plot point and then another plot point, and it's a series of and thens. Like, oh, Carol Danvers pops into Kamala Khan's house, and then Monica Rambeau has to save Kamala Khan, and then it's there really aren't any stakes to this. So, and there's nothing threatening about the villain, which just adds to the no stakes, and which just adds to the lack of depth in this movie. It could have been so much better. It could have been so much more entertaining, but it just fell flat. I do not recommend, and in all honesty, I'm probably going to give this a 2 out of 10, and that's me being generous. It really didn't work. Although I will say I did enjoy the post-credit scene where they had Hank McCoy, aka the Beast. So I am excited to see X-Men in the future. But that was probably the only good thing that came out of this film, if I'm going to be honest. And the actresses and everyone working on this film probably deserved a lot better than what they got. The script was not doing it for me. It was, I mean, they talk about the Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2 having dull scripts. This was probably the dullest script in a Marvel movie. But let me know what you guys think.